deck yet, which was pretty stupid, because if he doesn't even have water cards, then that would have been a useless shipment. So I have the trade post right now gathering wood and food, since in my base right now I have plenty of resources. So wood is one of the slowest gathering resources at the beginning of the game. It is the slowest. So it's good early game to have your trade posts gathering wood if you need wood. Usually the rule with trade posts is just set it to gather whatever you need. It doesn't matter really whether it's one of the fastest gathering resources or the slowest gathering resource. You should get what you need. So I'm cautious to go on water, since against the British, the British have one of the strongest naval armies in the game, because they have offshore support, which increases range and attack of their boats. But I'm scouting and he doesn't have any Navy units or any fishing boats, so I'm thinking maybe I can start a dock boom. So he's raiding my villagers with his larger army than mine, while I'm trying to hit and run his muskets, which is how you should play when you're playing defensive, is try not to get into a straight fight. Just bump and run your opponent's units. And although crossbows are one of the worst units to do this with, they still have a range advantage against muskets, which you really have to make use of. His hussars are attacking me, so I make dogs quickly to help kill the hussars, since I don't want to lose crossbows. And I also have a lot of idle villagers right now, because I'm not paying attention that much, since I have to micro my army. And he finally goes back. So here I really want to age up to Fortress, but I can't really, since he's putting so much pressure on me. So I'm going to have to stay with my crossbow and pikeman army, and I'm finally going to get schooners, since if I'm going to do a long H2 battle, I need to bring my economy up to the British level, and since he's not fighting on water, I might as well, take advantage of the water, since it's so cheap and easy to boom on the water, as long as you have it protected. I noticed that he has Rhea that are dead there, so I attack his villagers with my caravel, and this is really annoying when you're playing against a water civilization, when you lose, 4 villagers to caravel. Caravel are a little, all boats are a little crazy versus land units, in my opinion. They're better than cannons, really, and sure, historically boats have cannons. Still, it seems like since you're paying less for them, and since they're really meant to fight on water, they shouldn't kill land units that easily. Maybe I'm just used to Age of Mythology, where boats didn't devastate land armies quite as much. I switched all my trade posts to food, since I'm running out of food on land, and I'm putting more of my villagers on wood, since I have a lot of that. And right now I'm pretty prepared for this fight, and I'm bumping and running entirely. And since I can't kill his muskets, I actually sometimes hit his hussars, since they're the closest units, and I scare him away. And it's going alright right now. I'm guessing that he's upgraded his muskets. I haven't checked, which is pretty stupid. You should always check if your opponent's upgrading the units at one point. It hints whether they're going to keep using that unit or switch to something else, since when you upgrade a unit, it's kind of like an investment, and you want to make use of it. I'm stockpiling food, which is bad. Resource allocation. You should try to keep everything as low as possible, unless you're trying to, gather for aging up or gather for an expensive technology. But I'm just, I'm a little sloppy. I send the naval upgrade that makes your boats 25% stronger. It's an absolute necessary technology if you're going to fight on water. Even though he hasn't made any boats yet, I looked at his deck and he does have water cards. And if he sends just 2 Caravel, I want to be able to kill them quickly. I don't want to lose my boats, and I don't want to lose my water control. I'm willing to invest a lot of resources to keep that water control, since, I mean, a quarter of my economy is invested in water at this point. Now, my army isn't too good for this battle, since I stockpiled so many resources, and I actually started gathering gold so I could start aging up. Now he has the army advantage, and this is looking pretty bad. So I'm trying my best to micro and only shoot the muskets with my crossbows while killing the hussar with my pike. And I'm doing okay micro-wise, I guess. I get some hussar out because I thought maybe I could raid earlier, but now I'm just building them because I have so much gold stockpiled and I need something to kill his hussar. And I'm switching my trade posts back onto food again. I'm switching them a lot between different resources. It's so easy and so useful to manage your economy with trade posts, because you can switch it easily, just a click of the mouse, and you don't lose anything for it. I'm doing okay. I think I repel his army at this point, and he's going to retreat. And again, I'm thinking maybe I could age up to fortress, since I really want skirmishers and dragoons or rodoleros to fight his army. I don't like crossbows against musket armies. Crossbow pike is okay early game, but when you're fighting upgraded units, and also when you're fighting against mass units, they're not so good. In 3v3 games, you'll notice players almost never build pikemen because their pathing isn't so good, and ranged units tend to dominate in big battles. And I have most of the resources to go to Fortress, and it's looking good. And I notice here he has an army coming to attack my boat, and thinking the reason why he's doing this is probably because he's going to send Caravel, and I'm right. But I stupidly used my broadside attack, which is pretty strong. I mean, it's worth at least like 2 or 3 attacks. And but I'm bringing my other boat, and I'm retreating my fishing ships and garrisoning them so they can attack his boats. The docks do decent damage. I don't know. I wouldn't rely too much on docks to fight in naval battles, but they are useful. And again, since I stockpiled so many resources trying to age up, now I'm really in a bad situation here, because he has a huge army and I got like nothing. And here you see I have 53 villagers. I'm going to lose about 10 of them pretty fast. And I'm building muskets again since I have all the stockpiled gold from trying to age up. It's bad. I'm running my villagers to my boats so that they can be protected there. And send the fishing tech, the 30% faster gathering fishing tech, because it's very good. 30% gathering on both food and gold is just, if that was a normal card on land units, it'd be a bit crazy. But it's just fishing can upgrade a lot. So I'm trying to keep my cool here, and even though I'm getting slaughtered, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to try to hang in there, and I try to keep my villagers working, and my town center and docks producing villagers and fishing boats, since you can't just give up. And I'm building pikemen, since